People overestimate what they can do in a week and underestimate what they can do in a year. And that concept highlights a gap for small businesses. There's almost no initiative that will grow or change your business meaningfully that's accomplished in a single week. Combine that with most small business owners are wired toward impulse and activity, and you very quickly end up with several half formed initiatives that get started but never completed and will never matter to the business. There's no mechanism to separate whims from priority. And in concept is no harm, no foul, right? Maybe you lost some focus while you were distracted, but it's probably not a big deal. The real impact comes when you start expressing those ideas to your team. They don't have access to your internal filter, the one that you use to push things to the side, the filter you use to separate a fleeting passion or curiosity from a true business priority. And so it puts our people in the terrible position of interpreting what's in our head. And as we expand our teams, instead of growing our capacity to get stuff done, we instead build this culture of overextension. Everyone consistently feels the pressure of having more assignments than time to get things done. But it's also compounded by not having a good way to distinguish what matters in the moment and what can be set aside for later. Adding more people just adds more chaos. So, how do we address this gap? The one where anything that takes more than a week to complete is always getting pushed off for the urgent thing that's needed immediately. Well, the short answer is having a plan. Now, small business owners typically hate plans. They're usually seen as unneeded overhead, a restriction on flexibility and options, a waste of time and energy that should be devoted to real business activities. But what I've learned over the years is exactly the opposite of that. The value isn't necessarily in the plan itself, but the planning activity that supports it. It gives a shared platform for your team to make their own decisions and work independently, but also to always be in alignment with each other. When something comes up, you've probably already anticipated it, and you don't need to spend so much time evaluating it. You can quickly make a decision and move on. The number of truly unexpected developments, they're much fewer. Now, planning does take a lot of work, but the payoff is huge. In fact, no business is able to scale without developing this muscle. Plus, over time, it's amazing to be able to see how your business looks differently at the end of each of your planning periods. Now, if you're new to business planning, I tell you, start small. Try establishing a plan for just the next month or next quarter. But that plan should include a description of how your business will look different at the end of the period. What's going to be different about your business in terms of capabilities, offerings, processes, tools, whatever that might be. How will it affect the business? Will that generate more profit, more revenue? Will it address a risk? Have a stated description of how your business will look different at the end of your period. A couple of other pro tips. Start with a single initiative. It can be hard to set only a single priority, but if you're not experienced with this, having more than one priority is almost a certain guarantee that none of them will get completed. The other tip, document, document, document. Make sure your plan's on a page and it's available to the team for reference. You need to also discuss it regularly during the relevant period. This is not meant as a set it and forget it activity. It should be actively infused into your daily routine. So guys, there's 5 minutes of thoughts on making sure your team's not overextended. It's helping them keep the main thing, by understanding it's going to change based on timing, situation, and context. So you're providing them with the tools to stay aligned but independent, productive but comfortable, and ultimately giving everyone the direction they need to feel good about being a part of your team. Hopefully you found some value in the last 5 minutes. I look forward to talking again soon.